Greetings, YouTube. Danny Staten here on the Daily Dan Blog. Happy holiday weekend, everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed their Memorial Day weekend. And I wanted to do a special Memorial Day thing today, so I broke out Army War Heroes, a really cool old comic book from 1964. This bad boy come out 1 year before I was born. It's Army War Heroes, featuring the story of the Sleeping Beauty. Oh, that's going to be cool, right? Does anybody like war comics? I got a whole bunch of them, but I really don't do them on this channel very often. I think this is only the second one I've ever done. So let's get this dismal horror war nightmare over as quick as we can, right? Inside the front cover, we see a treasure chest. That's right, for $1, a treasure chest of all the really cool things you could receive mail order back in 1964. Number 5 from 1964 starts off with the story of the High Roller. That's right. We're going to watch the Americans. We're going to watch the American soldiers. We're going to watch them get ready to liberate France. So in full panels, brought to you by the Daily Dan Blog, we get it started quick. We roll the heck on. Yeah, the soldiers are fighting. The soldiers are liberating. The soldiers are coming. They're fighting their way through the Africa? Yeah, that's right. First, we're going to start in Africa. We're going to invade Africa. We're going to fight our way through Africa. We're going to be the African Corps, apparently. What? All that excitement brought on a commercial for the ability to draw stuff. You could be a designer just by sending in this little thing. They would teach you everything you wanted to know to be a draftsman. So, the action rolls on as we liberate Africa, as we destroy the Nazis in Africa. Up in Africa, we got these little tents we stayed in. We bossed up at the PX. We had a good time as we liberated Africa. Then we rolled on. We jumped on the ships and we sailed to England because this comic book moves at the speed of light. Young Captain Kirk here. What? His name's Captain Kirk. In 1964, they named the captain Captain Kirk. I love this comic book already. As the GIs go into training. And after a couple of panels of training, we gotta liberate France as the Allies roll in for a big payday. Liberating France, taking bets on who will live and who will die. And believe me, a lot of people did not make it on D-Day. As Omaha Beach is liberated in 2 quick panels. And after liberating the beach, they pushed inward. And on night patrol for this. Well, they started night patrol here. They walked around. They killed a German. They saw some stuff. They reported back on the radio. The end. 1-page war story. Dave Sunstorm, that is not the good stuff, right? Anyway, rolling right along, the biggest game of all. That's right, it's trying to survive. The biggest game of all is trying to liberate France and live through it. And then some of the coolest, best drawn panels I've ever seen for a war comic. I mean, I have to give credit where credit's due. 1964, the art is off the chain, realistic and cool. This comic book for a war comic book is top choice. Buddha, 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 mowing down the Germans as we liberate France. It did not work out good for the Nazis. Wham! As the whole battalion gets taken out. Wow, this is really a one-sided comic book here. And we get a commercial because things were going too good, and it would be a real good time to talk about some crap you could have ordered from this comic book back in 1964. You could have learned engine repair and... Wait, oh my God. I ordered that. I can fix a car. I swear I can. And you could have ordered this crap, too. So, in full liberating panels brought to you by the Daily Dan Blog, we get back to the action. That's right. Red Cross is treating the wounded. Soldiers are pushing inland. Soldiers are sweeping for mines. Soldiers are liberating the PX. Soldiers are taking the wounded over to Mass so Alan Alda can sew them the heck up. Well, wrong war, I'm sorry. I swear it's pretty easy to do a war comic book. We came, we invaded, we killed the enemy, we rolled on, we killed some more enemy, we brought in a tank, we rolled on. We took the beaches, we stormed the beaches of Normandy, and we fought the Germans all the way back to the Paris line. As the dastardly German had taken control of the American tank, he tried his best sneak attack move. It did not work out for the German. Bam! As another German bust a farm. Oh my God. And they mowed down an American soldier, and that is just sad. But he lived. He survived. He planted his bomb and sacrificed himself to destroy the enemy. He's a real hero, and into that little tale. That's the end of that little tale, because it's the end of the tale because Joe got sent home. And after all that action, you know, we got to have a U.S. government surplus supply sale in this comic book for kids, because you could have ordered you a Jeep, a raft, a trumpet, some binoculars, and a gun. Oh my God. And you could have ordered tons of other junk that, unfortunately to say, I probably had a lot of this crap. It's true. Because you really needed sound effects for auto racing, right? And then you get the Flatfoots versus the long hairs in this long drug out story about something I have no idea. And you can pause it, Michael Marone. You can pause it. And you can read this long drug out story about the people of Flatfoot and how they hated the long-haired tribe. What? May have to read this. It might have something to do with a damn Bigfoot. So in this war book, you get a story about a long-haired tribe of humans. Oh my God! What they put a Bigfoot thing in here for, just to make me happy? Because you know I'm a Bigfoot guy, right? And I'm going to go a little bit slower because, God darn it, I'm going to have to go back after I get done. And I'm going to have to read this story about this damn Bigfoot in this war comic. You know, I really got to start spending a little bit more time going through these books before I review them. And with that being said, as the invasion of Europe continues, the Allies do the airdrop. That's right. Our paratroopers are dropping in unexpectedly on the Germans. And as we know in real life, smoking that blunt ain't going to help you, boy. Look at that. It says we jumped out the planes, we landed, nobody got hurt. We took Germany and we smoked the blunt. The end. I love this comic book. And in full disappointing Memorial Day panels brought to you by the Daddy Dan Blog. I love saying that shit. I really do. We're going to get to our premier story, our Sleeping Beauty. The French resistance is liberating Paris and finding hot chicks passed out on the floor. It's good. It's good to be an American, boy. Oh my God. And now will be a good time to give my shout out. So let me give a shout out to Jason Storm, the good stuff guy here on YouTube. Let me give a shout out to his brother Steven Sunstorm, the other good stuff brother. My good friend Pat McCormick over at the Golden Ranger TV, he in at Retro Serial. My friend Thrash Pondo Pawns. The Unapologetic Geek, BK on the air, and I know I'm forgetting somebody. Jeez, let me move on. Sleeping Beauty, The Liberation of France, full panels, brought to you by the Dan Blog. The Americans invade. The Americans kill a couple of sneaking around Nazis. The Americans are liberating France. And full, exciting, wonderful panels brought to you by the Daddy Dan Blog. These well-drawn action panels with hand grenades are flying. This German thought a hand grenade at the American. The American caught the hand grenade and chucked it back. This guy must have played for the freaking Yankees or something. He threw it back and in a big kaboom. The German was blown away right out of his hat. Looked like one gonna do that sneak attack from the back, but old man had it going on as another grenade goes off behind them. And another grenade, whatever will happen. Look at that cool looking German. Now, you gotta admit, the Germans are beautiful people. Beautiful. So the battle rose on, sneaking around Germans, fighting with these Americans. These Americans are chucking some grenades. Boom! Blowing up some Germans. Sleeping Beauty finally woke up and dude says, "Hey, Sleeping Beauty's awake," as the German comes in behind him. It looks like the end for our hero. But Sleeping Beauty pulls the gun and she shoots. I told you, she's in the French resistance. She don't mind killing a Nazi. She's gonna kill that Nazi. She gotta kill a Nazi. And then you could buy you some camouflage paint where you could play war, U.S. Marine Commando. Yeah, everybody wants to play that game. He could have got you a wrist radio back in 1964. You could have had two-way communication with the girl next door on your wrist radio. Which brings me up to the point. In 1964, if you could have ordered a real wrist radio for $2.98 and could actually talk to each other, YouTube. What happened to this technology? So in Full Panels brought to you Modern Allen Blog. This Memorial Day special's rocking and rolling as black-eyed French resistant girl gets it on with the American GI because that's what they all did. Let's go downstairs, click, click. And as they go downstairs, they're going to get on the radio. Oh man, that wasn't what I was expecting. But anyway, they got on the radio. They warned High Command and the resistance about the Nazis' evil plan. But at the last second, Nazis shut up. Nazis infiltrated. Soldier Man got the drop on them. Soldier Man took prisoners. Nazi general said, "What a revolting development this is. American swine have captured us." And everybody, including Americans, all celebrated in the end. They were all happy that France was liberated, and they were coming for the Germans. Thank God that's over. Okay, Record Riot 60 Smash Songs for $2.98. You could have ordered that. You could have ordered up all these Muscle Man magazines and not been a wimp. I know a couple of people like Roy from Puerto Rico that probably should have ordered this, and maybe he wouldn't be such a babbling little crybaby wimp. And cartoon companies must have been having some trouble back in 1964. On the back of the book, they were looking for people who knew how to draw. This could have been you, Michael Marone. As you learn how to draw, as you learn how to be an artiste, as you learn how to do your own cool little comic books. Well, that's over. I hope you enjoyed my look at Army War Heroes number 5 from 1964. The Invasion of France. The Liberation of France, a World War II Nazi special, where you got the Americans fighting the evil Nazis in World War II. In a comic book from 1964, where I saw very few people die. Well, we won't go into all that. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Be sure to leave a comment and let me know what you thought about this. I hope you had a wonderful, happy Memorial Day weekend. Peace out, brothers. Blog over.